Hi, my name is Kafui Dey, and I'm looking forward to this conversation because I'm about to chat with Ghana's first female chartered accountant. Who is she? You'll find out pretty soon. And before we get into the conversation, if you haven't yet subscribed to this channel, this is the time to do so. Hit the notification bell so that when more content comes up, you'll be the first to know. My guest is Mrs. Aurore Selormey. I'm happy to come to your house.
Thank you.
So I'm very curious about the past. I'm just wondering, what is your earliest memory? What do you remember from way back when you were a little girl?
From way back when I was a little,
Yes.
oh, plenty of things.
Okay.
For instance, Christmas morning, our dad will get up and fill our stockings with goodies,
What kind of goodies did you get?
Oh, chocolate, toffee, whatever there is that's sweet to the tongue,
Okay.
you know. And then one day I remember, I can't remember my age, but I was still quite young. I remember we got up in the morning and there was absolutely nothing in there.
In the stockings.
So the others, I was my father's favorite.
Okay.
I don't know why, but he loved me. So the others came and said, Oro, go and ask Daddy where our Christmas presents are. I said, well, why don't you do it yourself?
Yes.
Because he loves you most. I said, okay. So I went in, trotting like a, which animal trots?
A horse or a donkey?
Like a donkey. I prefer the donkey. And went to my dad's room. He was still in bed. I said, oh, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I said, thank you. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you too. So I still stood there and said, and what are you waiting for? So I said to him, but this year the stockings is empty.
Yeah.
And what are we going to tell our friends? And he said, oh, you are worried about your friends. What about me? You are not worried about me. Why didn't I send you presents? So he said, well, please, can you explain? He said, I'll tell you. And after this, if you don't do the right thing, then you know what happened. What will happen. So he said, it's because somebody has been used to making you happy Christmas morning every year since you were born. What have you done to make that person happy?
Ah. Okay.
And I said, oh, but we live with you, and he said, no. You should also tell yourself, can we offer our daddy maybe one blade even to shave his beard? So I felt so ashamed.
Yeah.
I walked with my head down, went to my brother and sister, and explained to them. I said, oh, Daddy too. How can he expect us to buy with what money? I told them, you are giving pocket money every week. Save a little bit of it and see what you can buy with it.
Yeah.
Maybe if it's not enough, we'll put it together, the three of us, and buy something for him. So we did that the following year, and he was so happy.
He was.
He went out and came back with loads of, toys, food, whatever you can think of.
That was a good lesson that he taught you.
Yes.
He kept the stocking empty for you to think.
Yes. Since then, every time somebody gives us a present or does something, we thank the person immediately. But the following day, we send message of thanks.
It's a good habit to have.
Yes, it's a good habit to have. And people do, why are you worried? You said thank you yesterday. It's enough. It's not enough.
The next day you must say something.
The day after.
Okay.
When you still remember what was done for you.
Indeed.
Yes.
I love the
And
story.
you say,
What was your father like?
Daddy was a white man inside and a black man outside. Do you understand that?
Please explain to me. White inside, black outside.
Yeah, because all his friends were foreigners, and his relatives are all blackers, you know. And he loved to hang out with the foreigners more. Anyway, he loved them, he loved us. He went everywhere with us, if it's possible and acceptable. And we were happy.
You were happy. That's what's important. How about mommy?
Our mommy and our daddy separated. And so my mommy lived on her own near Rollins' castle. And she comes from a rather poor family. So my daddy didn't want us to be, you know, taken over, as it were, by them. So he refused to let us visit our mom.
How did that make you feel, not able to visit your mom?
Oh, our mommy made it good for us. She found a place close by. When she wanted to see us, she would just go there and send somebody, go and say this, that, and the other. When they say, "Who are you?" He said, "I'm nobody, I'm just a friend of the children, our family." And will take us to go and see our mom. So never a day went by without us seeing her.
Awesome.
Although we didn't live with her. And our mother was a very nice woman.
You had, who were your siblings? How many siblings did you have, brothers and sisters?
I can't tell you because my father was a bit of a womanizer.
A bit, eh?
A bit.
A big bit?
A little bit.
So you don't know from his side? But from your mother's side, how many were you?
Oh, 3.
You were 3. A boy?
And 2 girls.
And 2 girls. What was your rank? Were you number 1, number 2, number 3?
Number 2.
You're number 2. Middle child?
Middle child.
How did that feel to be a middle child?
Nothing. I don't really think about that because in our house, you know, we were like children all the time, and we played pranks on each other.
You played pranks?
Pranks.
Were you a prankster?
I used to be.
What was your best prank?
To hide for you to seek, and you know, after that, whatever happens next is your, what shall I say?
Gumption?
You know, it's for you to
find,
feel.
To feel it. Okay. All right. Those are good days, right? I know you were born in the early 30s.
31.
1931. You're the same.
I was born the same year as club year.
Do you like it?
No, I don't.
You don't? You never had club beer in your life?
I had some time ago, but no.
So you and club are age mates?
Yes.
Yes.
Classmates.
Classmates. What was life like in the 30s and the 40s when you were growing up?
We were not allowed to go out in the later 30s when I was 10 and my sister was 13. No, my brother was 13, my sister was 15 also. We were told our place was in our home and not on the streets and in the clubhouses.
And where was your home? Which part of were you in Accra?
Oh, we lived in Accra all our life.
Which part?
We started from Tulu.
Okay.
And then went down to Osu.
Okay. So they said your place was in the home, not in the streets, not in the clubs.
So he wouldn't allow us to go out like that. And our brother had friends and they used to play pranks on us. They would go get up and take car key and run out with the car. And then when they are caught, they say, "Oh, but it was so and so who said I should do so and so for him. And of course, case rest.
Yes, indeed. And what do you remember of school? Primary school?
Primary school.
Yes.
When I was in standard, in those days, you go to class 1, class 2, class 3, then standard 1, standard 2, standard 3,
Yes.
then standard 4, standard 5, standard 6, standard 7. So when I was in class 4 or so, one of the teachers took a liking to me. I don't know why. Anyway, she, and in that school, every week they had to tot up those who arrived on time, those who were late, those who didn't come at all, and then make a summary and present it to the headmistress.
Yes.
And this teacher taught me how to do this.
Okay. So you were doing the totting up?
For the for the class in which I was.
Really? She had so much confidence in you. Was it, is she
Oh,
or
she
he?
did.
Yeah, she, right.
She did. And she loved us. She never married when we were there. Later on, much later on, she married. But she never married when we were there. And so she took us all as her children and cared for us.
Is that where you think you got the whole, because you became an accountant later on, where did that love for numbers come from?
I don't know why, because I won a prize in English, spelling.
Spelling? You were a good speller?
I did. And then I won a prize again in mathematics.
Okay.
And those 2 prizes enabled me to go to Achimota School.
Straight up?
Yeah.
Nice. Before you talk about, go ahead.
Sorry. What do you call it?
The prizes took you to Achimota?
Yeah. And these prizes were sponsored by Accra Metropolitan Authority, AMA.
Okay.
So when we finished science, they needed somebody to go to Achimota, to fulfill their promise to award scholarship.
Right.
And they chose me.
And you went to Achimota?
So I went to Achimota.
This must be in the 40s.
Yeah, 46 to 49.
Oh, the war had ended by then?
Yes.
Did the war affect your family in any way?
Yes.
How did it do that?
Because my mother's family house was close to the sea. And before the war started, one big ship came and got grounded somewhere there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I've forgotten the name of the ship. But Usu people got up one day and found that they had so many things lying on the beach. And they could just go and pick something and go away with it.
Really? Wow.
Kudum. I
Can't remember the name of the ship. Did any of your family members go off to Burma and go and fight? Did you?
Oh, no.
None of them. Okay. Before we talk about Achimota, you're called Aurore. Do you know why you were named Aurore?
My father said I was born early in the morning before the star Aurore went down.
Okay.
Yeah, so he decided, why not? Let me call my daughter
Aurore, which means dawn.
Dawn.
But you have a Ghana name also.
No, he didn't give us Ghana names, but we've grown up, and our friends and our family members have decided that we needed to have.
What did they decide for you?
But I love it.
What is it?
A friend of my family, Hasha. She went and found out that our family name starts Ameli for first girl.
Yes.
Amoko, Amakai.
Exactly.
Achu. And I'm the second girl. So now she comes to the house and says, Amoko,
That's it.
where are you?
So.
So I say, yes, Amoko's daughter. I'm right here.
Yeah, that's it. Amoko. I like it. It's a beautiful name.
Oh, but my father didn't give it to us.
Do you know why he didn't give you any Ghana names?
I told you, my father.
White inside and black outside. Okay.
So, it didn't.
I understand perfectly. So you go to Achimota 46.
46.
This is just a year before Kwame Nkrumah comes back to Ghana.
Yeah.
Were you following those events when you were in Achimota school?
No, we weren't allowed to.
Mm.
You know, they thought it was not right for young people to indulge themselves in politics with all that it entails, all that can go wrong. So no, they didn't. But they didn't, how shall I put it? They didn't hate him because of it.
Mm.
In fact, we all took it like, it's got to be.
That's it.
And that's it.
And then it happened.
Yeah, because you don't want to be involved in it and find yourself facing the gun or facing something you don't want to face.
No. Safety first.
Safety first.
So you end up in Achimota school. Which house did they give you?
Sleza.
Ooh, the ladies in red.
Yeah.
Yes. What was your highlight of Achimota school?
Achimota school, nothing much. I was in this school hockey team.
Oh.
I also did high jump. And I was in the school, what do you call it?
Table tennis? Table tennis?
No.
Did you play cricket as well?
I love cricket.
You love cricket, but you didn't play. Okay.
I learned how to score cricket.
Okay. The LBW and all that
And
stuff.
all those things.
You know it?
Yeah.
Till today, you still follow cricket sometimes?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes, I do.
Great. You were a hockey player. Were you a goalkeeper or forward or defender?
No. Just in the middle there somewhere.
Midfield. Okay. And how about high jump? Why did you choose high jump?
I don't know. I suppose because I had long legs and short, body.
Yeah.
Long legs.
You just propel.
I thought it was as easy as that. You just run and jump and you are there. It wasn't.
Were you going with your back or forward?
Forward.
You're going forwards?
Yeah.
Okay. Achimota has been quite exciting. It was? Was Achimota exciting?
Achimota. Maybe. I remember one of the Christmas holidays, my friends and their boyfriends and so on decided to come and pay a visit to me. And they sent one of the boys to come and see whether I was available. We were available, my sister and I. We were available.
At home?
At home.
Okay.
And my father, we were living in a two-story building. And he used to sit on the veranda and the upper story, looking down, looking at the road and what's going on.
So you could see everything, right? You could see anybody coming to the house?
Yes. So he saw this young man coming in. He said, "Hey, what do you want?" I said, "Oh, I go to school with," and he said, "I've come to see Hermione and Aurore. My sister's called Hermione."
Okay.
And Aurore. And he said, "To do what with?"
Hey,
my father.
it's a full interrogation.
He said, "Oh, we are friends." What kind of friendship is that?
Hey.
Anyway, he so antagonized the guy. If antagonized is the right word, I don't even know.
Intimidated him, kind of.
Intimidated him. And, he said, "Before I reach you, I want to see your back heels out of my gate. Otherwise, you'll regret it." Yeah, the young man ran out.
He ran off?
Oh, he did.
Safety first.
He never came.
Did you like him?
Oh, no. I mean, we were in a group, So
Your father was...
we went back to school the following term.
Yeah.
Oh, Dudu, why you won't talk to me? He said, for your father to bring the king to come and whip me. And he made fun of this everywhere he
Everywhere.
went. It became an embarrassment for us.
I can imagine.
But it's okay.
That was life.
That was life.
Did you spend, how many years did you spend in Achimota School?
4 years.
Okay. How come? Why was it a 4 year? It was 5 years.
No.
To O level?
No. It was supposed to be a 5-year.
Mm-hmm.
But when we went in, I think it's because of the scholarship I had.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
And a couple of other who had come from the villages. Instead of putting us to Form 1, they put us to Form 2.
Oh, okay. So accelerated. They pushed you up.
Yeah. So we started from 2, 3, 4, 5.
5. And you're done.
And then we were done.
Okay.
And it was in our turn that they started doing 6th form.
Did you go?
No.
Okay.
I decided I'd had enough of school.
You had enough?
Yeah.
Why? Why did you have enough of Achimota School? You were having
Not
fun.
of Achimota School.
Just school?
Of school.
You had enough? No more school?
No more school. Anyway, so I didn't go to 6th form.
What did your father think of this decision?
For him, it didn't matter at all.
What was his job? What did he do?
My father, he was a lawyer.
He was a lawyer. Okay. All right.
He had a good friend living 2 doors down from us. And he was of the opinion that if you've got children, you think of educating the boys and keeping the girls with their mother to learn how to cook and how to look after the house. So when we were going to go to secondary school, he told our father he was wasting his money. And our father nearly stopped us, nearly. But then he had a female friend who is a very good friend of his. Not wife, husband, but platonic friend. And she told him, don't make that mistake. Let them do what they want to do, but look after them and make them aware that they are, sacrificing something to be with them.
Okay. So she played the case for
Yeah.
you.
So I went and worked in post office.
What was that job like? What were you doing in the post office?
It started as, what do you call them? People who send messages.
Okay. Like a telegraph?
No.
Typist? Courier?
Morse.
Okay. Morse code.
Morse code.
Oh.
Yeah.
You learned that?
I know it from A to Z.
Nice. So you can spell your name? Still remember it?
Anyway, before long, they removed me and put me into the accounts department.
From the Morse side to accounts? Still in the post office?
Same.
Was that central post office where you had the clock?
No, yes, where they have the clock.
Next to Watto?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Did that clock work back then? It doesn't work these days.
It worked that time.
It worked?
Yeah.
It chimed every hour?
I can't remember whether it was
It chimed on 12.
But at 12 noon and 12 midnight.
It would chime.
It will chime.
Okay. So when they sent you to accounts, how did you feel about that?
For me, it was just something to do.
Okay.
I wasn't, set in my mind as to what I want to be. But then my father's nephew, a doctor in England, came home and saw us sitting around and said, Daddy, what are you doing with your children? He said, oh, they go and work somewhere. Ask them. And after talking to Dr. Lutrod, he decided he will punish our father. He will make him pay for what he's doing. So he went and booked us on a boat to England.
On a boat to England? Without telling your father?
Without telling him. And after he made the booking and everything, he took the papers to him and said, pay.
What did your father do?
He paid. What could he do?
Is this the Elder Dempster boats? Elder Dempster? Was it the...
Yeah, and the Dempster. MC Oriole.
Ooh. And that took you to the UK?
Yeah.
Describe your emotions when you were on that boat. What was that like? Where did you pass to get to England?
Where did we?
What was the route to England?
I can't tell you because I don't know much about the sea and what it does.
But you took off from where? From Takoradi or from?
No, we took off from
Accra?
Oh yeah, we took off from Takoradi.
From Takoradi.
And on that journey, they saying that we remember all of us, the group that went. There were about 6 or 7 of us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we called one of our numbers who was with us had big ears, and they called him Tui.
Tui, Gan for ears. Tui, the whole human being was called Tui.
Tui. Yeah. Anyway, so we had a good time.
And got to England.
And the thing that later on we regretted was when we were going, our mother thought we may not be fed well. So she put some food in some pots, froze them, and gave them to us to take away.
Whoa.
And unlike Airways, where they open your things, and they allowed you to bring anything you want into the. So we took it in.
But what kind of food was that mommy made for you?
I think it was soup.
Soup.
We don't eat fufu, so I think it was soup and something, amanda or something.
So you were warming this food and eating it all the way to the UK?
I'm telling you that we finished eating it before we got to Panama. And when we got there, and the boat stopped to pick up passengers and, we sat there and ate. And when we finished eating and the boat started, we threw the pans
into the sea.
We threw the pans into the sea. And the man said to us, "Why are you doing that?" I said, "Well, what are we going to do with that?"
The pots and pans in the UK. So when they booked you on this boat trip to the UK, what was the plan? What did they want you? What did Dr. Lutrot want you to go and do in the UK?
When we went, he accommodated us. He gave us half his, and we were talking, and my sister, who has already done midwifery here, decided she would go in for more midwifery or
nursing training. Okay.
And I said I'll do 6th form. So I did my 6th form then.
In the UK. Okay. And after 6th form?
After 6th form, my best friend at the time she died recently, Akosua Akufo, who became Akosua Adodu, President Kufuor's sister.
Yes.
Was my best friend.
Oh.
And she would come and visit, and we'll talk. And I used to be slim like, the stick ant they are called.
Yes, stick ants. You used to be that slim.
Yeah.
You're still slim.
So my friend Akosua used to call me. What was she? Now I'm talking, it will come. Anyway, it will come. So she used to call me that, and everywhere we went, she would call me and say, "Hey, so and so and so, are you coming or am I coming to pick you?" And we'll go together and do
what you have to do. And when did the decision come to become an accountant?
When we finished and the results came, she said to me, "So you've done A-level, so what are you going to do with your A-level?" I said, "I don't know. What am I going to do?" So she said, you have figures. You can be an accountant." So she took my hand like that, led me to the accountancy secretariat there in London. We saw a very nice man. I said, "What do you want?" She said, "My friend wants to be an accountant. What does she need to do that?" He said, "You've come to the right man. I am the secretary, so come in." And she gave us the forms and everything to fill, and accepted me.
That's it.
That was it.
And it took a couple of years and you became an accountant.
3 years.
3 years.
Yes.
So you are in our history books as Ghana's first female chartered
Yeah.
accountant. How does that make you feel?
I say to myself that I can't really say much because it's not because I was good or because it's because the good Lord was with me. And Akosia made it possible for me to achieve that. So why should I take the credit for myself? It goes to other people.
So Akosia played a big part
Yeah.
in making this career decision for you.
Yeah.
What were some of the struggles you had to overcome in London when you were training to be an accountant?
Nothing. You know, it was rather when I came back. Nothing. They see women and men doing the same things all over the place. So to them, it's nothing
It wasn't
new.
a big deal in the UK.
It's nothing new.
When you came back to Ghana?
Yes.
Tell us about that.
My first job, you know, I wanted to do was to go into practice with one of the big firms. The owner of that firm knew my father very well. So I did 1 month, and at the end of the month, he said to me, pay her so much. Whereas they were paying the men almost 1.5 times that much. So I said to him, why are you doing this to me? He said, you don't need the money. Your father has money. He has a car. He has this. He has that. He can. I said, but my father is my father, not me.
Exactly.
So he said, so what? And I went from there to the house, wrote my resignation letter, gave it to him.
That day?
That same day. He was surprised. He said, I said, I won't work with somebody who is prejudiced against women. And I don't think I want to work with you. So I will go and sit at home till I get a good job. But I didn't have to sit too long. Akosia again found out in the papers that Mobile Oil Ghana was looking for accountants and, you know.
Yes.
So he said, go and ask them. Go and write an application. So I went, and it was full of, I think, 3/4 white.
Mobile.
And about 1/4 Africans like myself.
How many female accountants back then? None.
Let me see.
Also.
Finn. About 9 of us.
So you ended up at Mobile. Did they pay you as the same as the men?
No.
Again?
You know, they paid me.
The same as the men?
They paid me and treated me the same as they would treat me.
Good.
So there was nothing like that. In fact, it got to a stage where I became the favorite of every one of them, sort of. So we were there. And actually, when I was taking the course in accounts, I realized that there were 3 courses I could take with the same program. So I registered for all 3. One is Institute of Accountants by itself. The other is Chartered Institute of Secretaries, who do the work of secretarial work of companies and so on. And the other one is the 3 big ones, ACCA, ACIS, you know, whatever.
So you just went for all of them?
No, I went for the ACCA group. And then I went for the AIA, and I went for the ACIS, the secretarial. And I passed them all in 3 years. Then I wrote to my dad and told him I had finished. He said, so what do you want to do? I said, I want to come back to you. He said, okay, I'll book because I hadn't earned enough.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I'll book your passage for you. So you can come when you are ready.
Did you come back by boat again?
By boat.
Came by boat.
Yes.
So in total, how long were you in the UK for?
6 years.
Mm. What was your first winter like? Your first winter?
Oh, that was when I saw snow for the first time. I was excited. I got out of my flat, went and stood in the snow, let the snow fall all
It
over.
was a great experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you experience discrimination as a black person in the UK?
No,
You didn't?
not really.
Okay. All right. So when you come back to Ghana, you join Mobile, and after a while, you go to banking as well.
Mm-hmm.
Investment bank, national NIB. You ended up in NIB as well.
That was, when I went to Mobile,
Mm-hmm.
I wrote, quickly got up to assistant manager.
Okay.
And then the company secretary, Mrs. what's her name? She's Miss Christian, Mrs. something, I forgot. She was the
Company secretary.
secretary of the company.
Mm-hmm.
And she decided she had had enough and she was leaving. And they wanted to know who could replace her. Yeah, unless they had to bring somebody from abroad. Then they looked at the what do you call it?
The people who are available.
Yeah,
To
they
be
looked at
employed.
the people who were available.
Mhm.
And they realized I had taken the company secretarial course.
Yes.
So they recommended me to their New York office. And they accepted me.
Okay.
So it was even posted in the New York Herald Tribune.
Nice.
First African to become Secretary of Mobile Oil, Ghana.
Raw. That was you.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I didn't stay too long with them, not because of anything bad, but because my good friend, Mr. Albert Adumaku of blessed memory, had been tasked to start the National Investment Bank.
Okay.
And he needed a core group to do this with. And he decided that for the accountancy, he would take me. For the legal, he would take Yao Jampo. For the, what do you call the other one?
Operations? Operations?
For operations, they will call somebody called Odami.
So you were like the founding members of
NIB.
NIB, National
Yeah.
Investment Bank.
Yes.
What an achievement. Was it hard in the beginning to set it up?
A bit. Because you go there and they bring you people from World Bank to come and teach you, and when they come, you teach them.
They're still doing it now.
Oh.
Nothing has changed really.
Nothing really changed.
You ended up teaching the World Bank people.
You ended up, doing more than they expected you to do.
Exactly. What do you think was the highlight of your NIB experience? What are you most proud of when you were at NIB?
Oh, we set up a number of companies. Yeah. We set up a number of companies which were running even after I ended them. One that we were all very proud of is called National Tobacco Rehandling. The olden people smoke pipes.
Yes.
And smoke snuff.
Yes.
And we were doing the company. The company used to import from abroad
The tobacco.
into Ghana. And we decided that that was a great area to start. So we took over the importation of this tobacco.
Yes.
And eventually we started getting people to grow
Tobacco.
tobacco. But I hear the company is dead. I don't know why. No. So that was one of them. I've got a picture of, I'll show you to
Sure, sure. Must have been exciting times.
you.
You
No.
enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I'm just curious, what makes a good accountant? What are the key attributes of a good accountant?
Integrity. You should not let people talk you into making the wrong decisions or into doing what you shouldn't do. If you stick to your own decisions, that you are better off doing what you need to do and doing it honestly,
Right,
then you'll make it. Then you are going to make it.
exactly.
But if you want to cut short, and then you're going to end up halfway through having lost your goals
Yeah,
or what?
I guess your value, your integrity and your reputation can go.
Yeah.
Did you have any people try to tempt you to change figures? How did you deal with
No.
people like that?
Not when we were, not in the 70s. It was, in fact, after the 80s that Ghana started, making money their primary.
The 80s, right? You think the 80s is when the decline really happened?
Yeah, I think so. I think
When you look back, what do you think were some of the reasons for this decline? The people chasing money instead of other things?
I can't say because people in our group were never anxious to be rich. They worked, and if they were paid for what they had done, that's fine. But after us, or around about the time that we were growing up a little, there came a group that had nothing in mind but to be millionaires.
Hungry for money.
Looking for money. I think that's how I don't know.
How does it make you feel?
Do I even think of it?
You don't then?
I don't think of it.
You block them off?
I block it off.
What do you think of these days?
When they are talking about some of the things people are supposed to have done, I tell myself, if you can't do anything about it, don't talk about it.
That's all. I think I like your advice. If you can't do anything about it, don't talk about it.
Because what are you going to talk about? And what are you going to benefit from talking?
I think it's good advice. And then you did private practice too.
Yeah.
What was private practice like?
I didn't do big companies. When I was in ordinary practice with two young men, our students tended to come to me for training more than to go to the men.
Why?
Oh, I think they felt that the men had no time. And because the men had the big accounts.
Yes.
And they were there. So I think I can say that I helped a few people become accountants. And for me, that's it. My reward
That's your pride.
is to see them working and doing well for themselves.
What was it like? Because I know back then it must have been, accountancy was a male-dominated field.
Yeah.
I think it's even still.
Even still.
What was it like setting up your own practice as a woman? What kind of hurdles did you have to jump over?
Nothing. I tell you, because I behaved like them. I didn't let them feel I'm a woman and they should treat me like a woman. I said, I'm one of you. Whatever in business, whatever you are prepared to do, show me and I'll help you do it. I don't want you to think of me as, frail, feeble, little Aurore.
Give it to her because she's a woman. You don't like that kind of thing.
So,
you became the first female president of the Institute of Chartered Accountants in Ghana.
Yeah.
It's a milestone. You are a lady of firsts, lots of firsts.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It means you're good at what you do. Otherwise, they won't pick you.
I know. But after my tenure of office, I sort of pushed the girls into joining the institute at a level that they can also become presidents. And so. And after me, I think they've had four or five. But during my tenure of office, the one thing that I loved most was being also president of the group of accountants that we had built together in West Africa.
Abua. Okay.
And so when I was president of Abua, I really enjoyed it.
It was an exciting time.
Oh, I think it's the way I was. I was calm. I don't like shouting. I don't like quarreling. I don't like people thinking they are better than you are. So I'm always there. And when you come, I'll tell you the little I know. And that's the end of it.
That's it.
So I think a lot of people liked that bit of me. And helped me to develop it. So these young men whom I trained at Tete Asha and Partners, sometimes in my birthdays they will remember and bring their own food to come and celebrate with me.
Well, just as we talked about food, what's your favorite food? Do you have a favorite food that you like to enjoy? Favorite food? Do you have a favorite meal that you enjoy these days?
What can I say? Kelly.
Nice.
Right plantain. Fried right plantain.
Really beautiful. There was some nice one in Osu. I don't know is there a particular place you get your kelewele from?
Home.
Oh,
we do home.
Home done. Homemade kelewele. Yeah, always a good choice. Always a good choice. I talked about so many firsts, and then you also got an Order of the Star of Volta.
Yeah.
When did you know that? I mean, how do they do these things? Did you get a call and they say you're going to win an award, or they write you a letter? No. How does it work?
No, it's from work you do outside. For instance, I was in NIB. I went and did some, what do you call it? Oh, it will come.
Like an audit?
No, not. Well, it ended up being a type of audit, but it's committee of inquiry.
Okay. You were investigating something?
Yeah, we were investigating the business of RT Briscoe.
Okay. Were they accused of something wrong?
Yes.
What was the accusation?
That they were under is it scoring?
Under invoicing?
Under invoicing.
Okay. Not declaring what they should have been declaring.
Under invoicing.
Writing less. And over invoicing as well.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And RT Briscoe was a British company, right?
No, German.
It was a German company.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you went to investigate.
A team of us.
Okay.
Headed by Joe Appiah. I don't know if you remember him. Mr. Joe Appiah. And he would make us laugh. We never thought we would finish.
But you finished.
Oh, we finished.
What was the outcome of that committee of inquiry?
The people we found guilty had to pay lots and lots of money to the government.
Did they pay?
Oh, they did. They did, out of which we as members of the committee, they asked us what we wanted for our payment of services we had rendered. Because when we went to do it, Joe Appiah told us, if you are here because you want director's fees, go. I'm not going to pay you director's fees. So a couple of people left, but some of us, we remained. And we stayed there for about 9 months or so.
Wow.
And they didn't give us, they gave us food, breakfast and lunch.
And then you investigated? So when they asked what you wanted, what was your response?
I wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
I had gone on a mission to Britain from NIB. When I came, they told me, Joe Appiah's told them all, let's have one voice and say we want tipper trucks.
Why?
Because you live in the village, you want to be able to supply sand and stones. And
So you made a request for tipper trucks?
when I came back, they had bought one for me.
Hey! So you became an owner of a tipper truck?
Yeah.
That made you smile. And then you get this order on the side of the Volta.
Yeah, and after that, they had a problem with timber board.
Marketing board.
So we were asked to go and investigate another committee. And I was on that committee also. And we put in place new ways of saving funds.
Okay. All right.
And there we took monthly fees. So
no tipper truck this time.
No.
What was the most challenging of these commissions that you were on? I mean, you mentioned anti-Briscoe, you mentioned the Timber Marketing Board. Are there other interesting ones that come to mind?
Anti-Briscoe.
Okay, that was the one. That was the big one.
Yes.
You did some work with Unilever too, correct?
Not really. I was a director on Unilever board.
Okay, all right. ECG as well.
ECG, I was also a director. Audit service, I was the chairman of the board.
Which of these functions stretched you the most? Unilever, ECG, audit service?
Unilever.
Why?
Because it's a private company.
Okay.
Everything had to be, particularly good. You can't just do half.
No wishy-washy stuff.
No wishy-washy. It's got to be the real thing, and you've got to do your homework before you go for board meetings. Otherwise,
They'll grill you, right?
Yeah. But it was a good experience.
I can imagine.
I was on the board for, I think, almost 12 years.
Wow. So you saw a lot of changes in the organization by the time you finished.
Except the headman.
Was that Mr. Yamson?
Yeah.
He was there?
He was there. Oh, he was there all the time.
All the time. Okay. You helped to found the Association of Women Accountants. Ghana.
That's why I miss Mrs. What do you call her? Gigi Rawlings.
Oh, Nana Kunedu.
Nana Kunedu.
Yes.
She inaugurated us.
She did?
She did. When we decided we were going to have women form an accountancy group. We went and saw her. She said, I'll be pleased to come and help you do it.
What was she like when you dealt with her?
She was a nice woman. Because she was dealing with only women with us. So I don't know whether she did the same with the other groups that she, But she was very nice with us. She helped us, and we went to her house, and she fed us. She did all sorts of things. And Awag is still alive.
It is.
I'm sure they will go to her funeral.
Yes. What do you think is her legacy? What do you think is the legacy of Mrs. Rawlings for women professionals, for women, for Ghanaians? What do you think people most remember? Or what do you remember most that you think is her legacy?
Helping the market women. Because we as accountants, we also tried to help the market women. Because they thought when they buy tomatoes at 10 cedis, they sell it at 12 cedis, then 2 cedis, 12 cedis is their profit. Without counting the cost of
doing business. Exactly. So you did education, you went to the markets to
we went to the market.
Okay, nice.
The members went, but after a while, the market people got wise. And they wouldn't accept the teaching ways of the accountants.
Isn't that their loss, though?
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Because when you know them individually, you talk to one or two of them, they'll tell you, I never thought that I had to deduct my cost from my sales before I can declare profit.
Exactly. So get a true picture of the business.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even get access to loans if your books are in order.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's their loss. In your life as an accountant, who were some of your great mentors? People who
helped me
all the way, apart from the Kufo, Madam Kufo, who introduced you to the profession.
Albert Adumaku.
Okay.
He helped me. And who else? Klinogo, John Klinogo.
Okay.
He passed away, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. And what would you say to up-and-coming female accountants in a male-dominated profession such as accountancy? What are some of the tips you can give them?
I always tell them, be yourself. Mm-hmm. Do not pretend you are Mr. A if you are not, or Mrs. A if you are not Mrs. A. Mm-hmm. Don't pretend. Be yourself. Be who you are and be happy with it. Do your best to achieve the best. Don't just walk through and say, if I don't do it, my partner will do it. No. Try to overtake your partner in doing the right thing, and maybe he'll turn around and come to you for advice.
What do you think, as we are beginning to wrap up the conversation, how do you think the accountancy profession has changed for women since you began as a pioneer many years ago?
It has changed because now women are accepted. They can walk into your office, talk to you, and then do things with you or advise you on what to do to make your business succeed. You can do it as well as a man who goes there, and now they are not shy.
But were you shy? No.
No.
Never shy?
No, because I was trained in England. And in England, one thing you get used to is finding your own feet. Okay. I finished my course in August 1959, and I left in December 1959, and arrived here in January.
You were not tempted to stay in UK?
No, because I was feeling sorry for my mom.
You were feeling sorry for your mom?
And dad.
Were you in communication with them while you were in the UK?
Oh, yes.
Letters?
Yes.
Okay.
And, my dad used to send us Morse code.
Okay.
Over birthdays and Christmas holidays and so.
You'd sign the Morse code and then you get it?
Yeah.
Nice.
My dad had, I think it was a business relationship he had with one of the British companies that ran the boat service.
Okay, so you'd send messages across?
Yeah, you can.
Did you get any packages from Ghana?
No.
You didn't?
No.
So you're telling, so in 59, that's when you qualified as an accountant?
59.
So since 59 to, that's a long time. I'm trying to count the number of years: 69, 79, 89, 99.
40 years also.
More than that. 2009, 2019, 60 years. 66 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
But now I don't feel like working again.
You don't?
Because my mind is giving me problems.
Is that one of the things that you don't like about growing old?
Yeah, being forgetful. And also the pains and the aches.
It's frustrating? Is it frustrating?
The aches and pains are terrible sometimes.
Yeah.
But then you tell yourself, your lot is better than someone else's lot.
Okay.
So why do you continue to think that, you know? So you try to make it do.
What makes you happy these days?
When I get a visit from my grandchildren,
You must have a lot now.
I have 12 grandchildren
What?
and 2 great grandchildren.
Oh, you have great grand as well.
Yeah, only 2 of them,
You want more, I'm sure.
if I can get more.
If you can get more, I'm sure that their parents will get the message. What about their visits makes you happy?
Oh, they come and we talk, and we behave like sisters and brothers, rather than grandma and
Yeah,
grandma.
You enjoy it. You enjoy spending time with them.
Oh, I do.
Awesome. Do you think that Ghana has really come far in empowering women, in empowering women in the areas of finance and business? Are we doing well? Are we on track?
Yes, we are. We are. But only if the women will continue to be what they are supposed to do, that they will not be running after, what do they call it? The governments, what do they call it? Galamsey. You know. But when they start moving towards making money, and, you know, not even knowing what to do with the money, just making it to say that I'm rich, I'm this, I'm that. That is what is ruining us. Otherwise, we would have been a, you know, lovely race of human beings.
What do you think about the whole Galamsey?
Oh, I think it's, you know, I was almost involved in it.
Really?
No, I had a niece whose father is a chief in one of those villages. And my husband wanted some present for somebody and wanted something special. So I said, why don't you go and get some gold? Then we'll give it to a renowned gold maker to do
fashion something. Okay.
He said yes. So we went. Unfortunately, the guy took our money and ran away with it, and we never went back again. That's what saved us.
Yes.
Otherwise, we would have been in Galamsey.
Grandma in Galamsey, God forbid. Do you think they can win the fight against?
No.
You don't think so?
No, because unless you don't reason with the Lord.
We have to reason with the Lord.
With the Lord. Not law.
Okay.
Lord. The one who made us.
Yes, the Lord. We have to reason with him.
Yes.
Ghanaians have stopped reasoning with the Lord?
Oh, they start shouting, you know. At the end of the day, they'll be shouting here, saying all the nice things. They step down 1, 2, and they become different people.
So they're just going to church and shouting?
You haven't noticed that?
I have. So we need to reason with the Lord.
Yeah, you need to tell the Lord, you know He is there, you know He is watching over us. Please help us to do the right thing all the time, not half the time.
So less shouting, more reasoning.
Oh, not to shout. You don't have to shout. You don't have to shout. You talk to Him, He listens.
That's it. Do you think your generation still has unfinished business to do in Ghana? I mean, those born in the 30s. What's the biggest unfinished business of people born in your time?
I can't think of anything like that. I tell you, because I'm happy the way I am. I don't want, sometimes I do want, but I don't want to be on top of everybody, sort of, so that when I'm coming, they'll be afraid she's coming home and run and hide. I don't want that.
You don't want that?
No. I want to be able to communicate and talk to you one-on-one. If we are wrong, we apologize to each other and just move on.
Move on.
And I tell the accountants whenever I have time to talk that if you continue to be who you are and you do things the way you should do them, then you should be happy with whatever it is that Lord gives to you.
And finally, if you could give us a life lesson that you have absorbed in your long life, what would be that lesson, biggest lesson that we can take away from your life?
Like what?
What do you want to teach us? What have you learned that you would like to pass on to your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren, people who are watching this interview?
That they should be themselves.
That's it.
They should never want to be the next person. If you are yourself and you think of things as being me and what I'm supposed to do and I'm doing it the right way, everything will go well for you. I mean, there are times when you feel sad and lonely and all that, when you are looking for maybe a mother who has been so good, who is no longer there.
Yeah.
When you are able to feed her, you can't feed her because she's not there anymore.
Exactly.
So you learn to accept those things. And you learn to be grateful to God for what He has done for you so far. And hope that He will continue to support you, continue to teach you, and continue to lead you to His own end, which He has prepared for you.
Amen. I have a funny feeling that you like singing.
I don't anymore. I used to.
You used to? What was your favorite song that you used to sing back then?
A hymn.
Yes, I'd like to hear it.
Aku. Wala la nu ocha tite. My Savior is mine.
La la da da da.
My Savior is mine, and for His reward will surely have. I don't know the rest of the words.
Me too, but I like the tune.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful tune.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And the second one is the other one. Oh, Marakele there. And in there.
You love your hymns.
And the hymns. Oh, the other one. I've forgotten what it is.
But I like the first one. I love that one. Be Gone.
Be Gone on
Yes,
Belief.
yes,
Oh, yes.
yes.
And if you sing it, and you sing it with your whole heart, you'll find that things will turn around for you.
Things will turn around.
Things will turn around. But I believe in God like that because I have had an experience which has shown me that God is alive and He is there. I was ill, I was in hospital, everybody thought this was a bad one. I knelt down on my knees and prayed. And a few days after, when we did another x-ray, the ailment has gone.
Just like that?
Just like, and it's not an African thing that you will say that they, they lied to you or this was in a Swiss hospital run by only Swiss white men, and they have it as a record. So I know that my God is there. I may be suffering, I may forget for a moment or two,
yes.
but that doesn't mean that I don't know. I know He is there. And I know He'll do what He has to do by me when the time is right.
That's a good
So,
way. That's a good
so
way.
I say, be yourself. Don't
Be yourself.
Don't be like anybody else. Be yourself, and don't wish to overtake people in what they have and what they can.
Mhm.
You know. Otherwise, you will be doing yourself a lot more harm, because you will be looking for things that you can't get.
Thank you for your time.
And thank you also. But we never talked about my church experience.
Give me your church experience, because I know that your faith is very strong, and you've got a close connection with the church. Tell me about that.
Yeah, and it is, I think it is through that I got to, that the president and his group got to know that I deserve the award.
So the
I
order.
think, oh no, because there are so many things. You know, you don't have much, but the little you have, you are ready to share. And people like that go very far.
Yes.
You know.
It's your faith.
So
Your faith has
brought me that far.
Yes, you serve your service to Catholic organizations. It's been quite a storied conversation. And
Yeah.
what motivates you to serve the church that way?
Pardon?
What motivates you to serve the church the way you serve the church?
What motivates me? I ask myself, who am I? How come I've been able to do this, that, and the other? And how come these people who need me cannot come to me? But it's the way you treat people.
The way you treat people.
Yeah. The way you look at them, the way you look after them, the way you talk to them, the way you show that they are human just as you are, and the way you tell them when they are going wrong that this is not how it should be done. And if you are lucky and they change, you've got one more disciple.
That's it.
For Christ.
That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure, Mrs. Selormey.
Mine is the greater one.
I've enjoyed this conversation immensely.
I have.
Yeah, and I wish you the very best.
Thank you.
Yes, and hopefully we can chat again some other time.
Hopefully.
Yes, I'll join the grandchildren to be visiting you small.
Okay.
So we'll be laughing small.
Hey.
Yes, Mama. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure.
For spending the time with me.
It's a real pleasure. Thank you.
And allowing me to go on even when I keep forgetting the right things.
You're a good conversationalist. You have good stories.
Thank you.
And I'm glad to know that you were a bit of a prankster back in the day.
Yeah.
I like it.
Sometimes I do it to my nurses.
You prank them?
Oh, yeah.
All righty. That's our conversation. Pranking your nurses. I would love to be here when you prank them a little bit. How do you prank them?
Sometimes they'll say something and I'll turn it into something else.
Continue pranking them, please.
I will.
Please. And that's our conversation with Ghana's first female chartered accountant, Mrs. Aurore Selormey, local. My name is Kafui Dey. If you haven't yet subscribed to this channel, what are you waiting for? Hit the button and let's have a conversation in the comments. God bless. Thank you for watching.
Thank you. Thank you, Kafui.
Oh, yeah, no. Thank you. Had a good time. I hope you enjoyed your walk down memory lane.
Yeah.
Yeah. You had an interesting life.
I hope.
It was interesting. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yes. And your team.
Yes. Paul and Benedict. No, Bernard. OBK.
OBK?
Yes, OBK. It's a young
From where?
lady.
Tashi.
She's from Achim
Ajim.
and Ekwapim. Yes. Obi can come and say, Grandma, you are now a great grandchild of Grandma.
Yes.
Evening.
Good evening. How are you?
Fine.